Alright boys, so a bunch of new cards coming out in Circuit Breaker got leaked, so let's go ahead and check out what the heck is in this new set. Apparently there's a new Premature Burial, this is how I actually found out about these leaks. But anyways, yeah, we've got a bunch of new Yu-Gi-Oh cards coming out, so let's go ahead and take a look at them and talk a little bit about them. So anyways, first off we have some, it says Battle Over Star Relic, so we got a quick play spell card that says banish one face-up monster you control until the end phase, then target one face-up monster your opponent controls. That opponent's monster loses respective attack and defense equal to the respective attack and defense of the monster banished to activate this card. Oh, okay. That's not actually that bad because some of the new cards, the METAPHYS, can actually get a bonus effect if they are banished, so that can be good for certain archetypes or specifically like the METAPHYS archetype. But anyways, next up we have a Condenser Death Stalker. It looks like a Scorpion card. Anyways, this is level 5 Cybers type monster and it's got 2,000 attack and 1,000 defense. It says that you can only use a second effect of its name once per turn. The first effect is when this card is normal summon, you can target one Cybers monster you control other than this card. That monster gains 800 attack while this monster is face up on the field. The second effect is if this card in a monster zone is destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, you get to inflict 800 damage to both players. Wow, okay. I thought it was going to have like a really good second effect, but it's just burned for 800. Okay. Next up, okay, here is the Premature Burial. So it's like a shout out to Premature Burial. Anyways, it's a new equipped spell card that says you can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. Activate this card by discarding one monster from your hand, and then target one monster in your graveyard with original level lower than the discarded monster, and then special summon it. If you do, equip it with this card. Okay, and then the second effect says the equipped monster effects are negated if any. Oh, okay, that could be a downside. But I guess technically there are some cards where you actually don't want it to have its effect, so it could be actually good. But for the most part, that's really not Premature Burial. Like, I hate how they kind of make some of the older card names appear in some of these newer cards, but the effect is so watered down. Like, you have to discard, then it has to be a monster lower level, and then it negates its effect. I don't know, but there are some cards that like work off of having like a specific monster. So let's say for example you activate the effect of Prisma and you send something to the graveyard, you might be able to bring that monster back and then like overlay it as material for a certain combo. However, I don't know if this card is even like the same. You guys let me know how you feel about this. Is this nerfed too hard, or is it actually a card that might be even better because you gotta get rid of a monster from your hand, and it is a discard, so sometimes things can actually proc different effects. It does have the limit of 1 per turn, but who knows? It might actually be seeing some play in some decks. Specifically Morphtronics. I know Morphtronics like who play Morphtronics, but you know what? It is an equipped card that lets you get back something. So hey, who knows? Anyways, next up we have Link Restore. It's a counter trap card that says when a monster effect or spell trap is active that would inflict damage to you, negate the activation if you special one Link monster from your graveyard. Whoa, that's actually a pretty good counter to like a lot of random things. Well, that's actually not that bad. You get to negate and then you get a special summon a Link monster. That's pretty, like I said, that's pretty good. If there's any like random stuff just burns for random damage. I know the Wind Witches, they randomly have a card that just burns you, so that can be pretty good. Negates that, and then you get a special summon Link monster. That has a little bit of potential in the side deck. Anyways, next up we have Remote Reborn. Okay, so it's a normal trap card that says target one monster in opponent's graveyard, special summon it to one of your opponent's main monster zone that a Link monster you control points to. Huh, okay. I don't know why you'd want to give them a card, but, there are some random stuff that can help out. If you guys know how to make good use of this in some, like, crazy OTK or combo, let me know. Next up, we have Elemental Grace Doriado. Oh, is this thing that we're getting effects from different attributes? This thing is, like, really old. Okay, I guess that is getting some support now. Anyways, Elemental Grace Doriado is a level 9 spellcaster with 0/0. And it cannot be normal summon or set. It must be special summoned from your hand by having 6 or more different attributes among the monsters in both graveyards, and cannot be special summoned by other ways. Okay, it's gotta have, you have to have 6 or more in both graveyards? Okay, well, it's gotta have a good effect, right? Okay, so it gains 500 attack and defense for each different attribute amongst those monsters in both graveyards. So, is that a total of 12, or is it only maximum of 6? I don't know. Well, anyways, it also has the effect if your opponent would special summon a monster or monsters, quick effect, you can banish 3 monsters from your graveyard, negate the special summon, and if you do destroy, wow, that's actually not that bad. Oh gosh, I mean, latest form right now we only have light and dark. Then we have like the Fairy Tale Snow. I don't know what deck could really make great use of it, but it's got potential. Is really what I'm saying. Like that's not too bad. Again, if you can get like an insane amount of attack, I'm trying to think of like all the different attributes and see how much attack you get. Then it has a negate effect. It's not a bad card. It might be a little bit hard to get out, but certain decks just might be able to throw this card out real quick. You guys let me know what cards we'll be able to make use of, but it has to be both, so I don't know. Like I said, we'll have to wait and see. Next up we have METAPHYS Executor. Oh, so they're getting even more support. Anyways, level 10 Light Worm special summon effect monster. So it's a 3000 attack, 25 defense, cannot be normal summoned or set. It must be special summoned from your hand by banishing 5 METAPHYS cards with different names among the face-up cards in your field and or graveyard, and can't be special summoned by other ways. The first effect says this card on the field cannot be destroyed by and cannot be banished by card effects. Oh, that's pretty good. And then once per turn, if your opponent controls more cards than you do, you can target one of your banished METAPHYS monsters to special summon it, but banish during that phase of the next turn. Well, that's actually pretty good because they get effects via banishing. Anyways, not a bad card for that deck. Next up we have Burning Bamboo Sword. Continuous spell card says if you activate a bamboo sword while the card is face up in your spell and trap zone, you can skip your opponent's next main phase. Whoa, hold on. That's actually pretty dirty, which means your opponent has to go straight into main phase 2? That's actually really dirty. Oh, wow. This has a lot of potential in some like crazier decks. I know that there is some decent support for bamboo for like draw. A lot of these like FTK decks used to play the golden bamboo sword for like the draw power. I don't know. Let me know, guys, how you feel about this one. This could be randomly really good, but for the decks that would take use out of the Bamboo Sword archetype, usually they're FTK decks, which you don't really care about your opponent's main phase because you're in battle phase with them anyways before they go to battle phase to even do damage too. But it definitely isn't bad because your opponent's going to have to wait until they go to main phase 2 to really do anything. So it can stall, and on top of that, you can kind of prevent your opponent from like making like really strong boards that can just OTK you because they're not going to get a chance to attack. Okay. Next up, we have Revival Arrival. So it's a quick play spell card that says you can only activate one card with this name per turn. During the battle phase, immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon one monster. Okay. That's not too bad. Next up, we have OJAMA card. OJAMA support! Wow, dude, how long has it been since we got new OJAMA cards in support? Anyways, OJAMA Duo. Normal trap cards have special summon 2 OJAMA tokens. So they're beasts with 0 attack and 1000 defense to your opponent's field and defense position. They cannot be tributed for a tribute summon, and each time one is destroyed, its controller takes 300 damage. During either player's turn, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish the card from your graveyard to special summon 2 OJAMA monsters with different names from your deck. Wow, I don't know. I think there's one OJAMA where it's like when it's destroyed by battle, you get to like add like a few OJAMA cards, or like special summon them or something like that. I remember there's like one really decent OJAMA card, but I don't know because the problem that I have with this is I know they cannot be tributed for a tribute summon, but the thing is your opponent's just going to use it for link fodder. I don't know how good this card will be at that point because again, link summon is a thing. I don't know, maybe some of you OJAMA players can let me know, like, is this card even viable? But cool to see at least we're getting one new card for OJAMAs, because it could mean we are going to get more support for them later down the line. Because with just this card alone, I don't think it really makes OJAMAs viable, but we'll wait and see. Maybe it's in here, guys. I haven't checked out all these yet. Anyways, next up we have Medic Muscler. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Injection Fairy Lily's, like, needle, but it's a guy. Anyways, it's got 2200 attack, level 4, 100 defense. Whenever this card will inflict battle damage to a player or players, that player or players gains that amount of life points set. Huh, okay. You know what could be kind of dirty? Since it's gaining life points, like you can do a battle reaction, I don't think the card has enough attack to make it warrant like a normal summon, because at the end of the day, it's just 2200. If it was like, what was it, like 3400, then, I mean, some people think about side decking it just to run over like bigger monsters, but 2200, I think it's a little bit too low to make it viable, but, you know, you guys can let me know your thoughts on that card. Anyways, next up, we have Altar of the Mind's Eye. A field spell card that says any battle damage a player takes becomes 1000. I'm trying to figure out, like, how that becomes good or viable. I don't really know, though. You guys let me know. Oh, Beaver, Nimble Beaver, and Beaver Warrior support? No Beaver Warrior. Alright, anyway, so it's a level 2 Water Beast effect monster, bad stats, 400, 200. And then when this card is normal summon, you can special one level 3 or lower Nimble monster from your deck or graveyard. Wow, that's not that bad. You can kind of reset some of your engine there. If maybe you put some of the cards back, you leave one there. this die. If only you could special summon Beaver Warrior, this card would have been good. Alright. Next up, we have React Ant. It looks like an ant with a giant bomb on its back. But anyways, it's level 3 Earth Insect. Flip effect, 1500 attack, 1000 defense. You can only use each effect among the first and second effects with this card's name once per turn. So it's flip effect, both players take 1000. The second effect, if this card is destroyed, battled by card effect, sent to the graveyard, your opponent just takes 1000. Okay. So it's like self-destruct. Why? Like, is this card even? I don't know. Like, you only use one of the effects. They're not even like that strong. I don't know. Next up, we have Crawler Ranvier. So it's a level 2 Earth Insect flip monster, 1000 attack, 900 defense points. So it says you can only use each effect amongst the first and second effects with this card name once per turn. Oh, I guess this is part of that archetype. All right. Oh, wait, but this card wasn't a crawler though. But it is a flip effect. Maybe it's a translation issue. Anyways, because the crawler archetype is all about flip, and I was like, oh, that must be this card. It must be part of the archetype. But anyways, Ranvier has the effect of the flip effect. You can target up to 2 crawler monsters to the graveyard and add them to your hand. That's actually pretty decent. But the second effect is if this face-up card in its owner's control leaves the field, because of an opponent's card effect, you can special summon in face-down defense position 2 crawler monsters from your deck with different names except for itself. Okay, most of them have that flip effect where like you can special summon 2 crawler monsters. But next up, we have the Crawler Glia. So it's a level 2 Earth Insect, 700 attack, 1500 defense points. You can only use each effect amongst the first and second effects with this card's name once per turn. So the flip effect is you can special summon in face-up attack or face-down defense to 1 crawler monster from your graveyard except for itself. And then if this face-up card in its owner possession, you can special summon 2 crawler monsters with different names except for itself. Next up, we have Whirlwind Machine Sturberg. Oh, dude, are we getting support? Okay, if you guys didn't know, there is a archetype that there's a lot of these like archetypes that all revolve around like fans, like wind, like the fans that you would have in your house because it's too hot. I can't believe we're getting support for them too. Anyways, a level 5 wind machine type, 2200 attack, 22 defense points. To tribute summon this card face up, you must return tributed monster to the owner's hand instead of sending them to the graveyard. Then the second, I guess the other effect is, once per turn you discard 1 card to return to the owner's hand all cards your opponent controls in this card's column. And it's actually not that bad. Huh, okay. That has a little bit of potential, although it's not the easiest to attribute summon. Like, attribute summon, I think it's just kind of phased out for the most part. If it just had that effect, it was like a level 4, I could see some people doing it. You just bounce back anything, and you have to discard, I don't know, like, you guys let me know about that. It's not a bad card for maybe some decks that can make better use of it, but definitely good against links that like go straight down because you bounce back 2 monsters pretty easy. Anyways, next up, Dark Angel. So it's a level 5 Dark Fairy effect monster, and it's 0/0, and it says when a fairy type monster you control is targeted for an attack, you contribute that monster, then send this card from your hand to the graveyard, and then target 1 face-up monster you control. Change the attack to that target monster you control, and if you do, the target monster gains attack equal to the tributed monster's original attack for the rest of the turn. Might be a little bit mediocre. I don't really know how we're going to make use of that. And then lastly, we have a new Magi Bullet Shooter the Kid card. So the Light Fiend, 1600 attack, 200 defense points. You can only use this card's name, second effect of it, once per turn. You can activate Magi Bullet spell and trap cards from your hand during either player's turn, which is pretty much on most of their effects. And then the second effect is if a spell or trap card is activated in the same column as this card, you can discard 1 Magi Bullet card to draw 2 cards. So I guess we have some draw power for the deck. And that's what the Magi Bullet archetype wants to do. They want to use spell and trap cards from your hand. They actually have like honest cards, so so basically they don't really die and you like boost up their attack. I don't really know how good the archetype is. The whole archetype is really dependent on spells and traps, but with that Denko Seka reprint, who knows, man. But anyways, wow, there's a bunch of support. I was kind of disappointed that we only got like 1 OJAMA card, but let me know, guys, what you thought of some of the cards. Is there anything that you guys want me to test out? As of right now, I feel like this card has a lot of potential for some crazier plays. We'll have to wait and see what we're going to actually see with this card, and overall I think that the support for OJAMAs, it's just, I wanted more OJAMAs. I was hoping we'd get like another like Link OJAMA monster or something cool with the deck, because just that one card, I don't think it's good enough, the OJAMA duo. But let me know, guys, on thoughts on any of the cards that we talked about down below. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed seeing some new cards. If you did, make sure you guys go ahead and slap that like button, and if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button if you'd like to see more early Yu-Gi-Oh cards. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'm signing out.